Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. Today we are going to have another fun time in the garage. We're going to complete a project that I've wanted to do for quite a long time, just somehow never got along to it. We are going to install a dashcam system, if you can call it, on this big old 1200 over here. Now, there are two reasons why I think a dashcam system shouldn't be missing from anybody's motorcycles. The first one is obviously the safety factor. You never know what's going to happen. Why not get it documented? That's all I'm going to say on this subject. And number two, it has happened every single time when I take the bike out during a couple of days of an adventure shoot or even a one-day ride and I start filming. I use the GoPro, I use the drone, I use the Canon, but there is always something that happens when you're not filming, and this sort of camera system will make sure that whatever happens, I've got the footage ready. Now, I decided to go for the INNOVV K2. There are a couple of features that have convinced me, at least on paper, to go for this. I've done quite a bit of research and apparently online, this is the system to go for. It is not a cheap motorbike camera system. There are a lot cheaper ones out there on Amazon. I'm sure you can find them. This is about $340 on the official site, but wherever you might be in the world, the prices might differ. But there are a couple of features that convinced me that this is the one to go for. Number one was the fact that it comes with two cameras, a front camera and a back camera. Obviously, waterproof cameras, they've got a 120-degree field of view, which is quite a wide field of view, standard for dash cams, not standard for cameras or phones or anything else. But these cameras will make sure that anything behind me and anything in front of me I can capture. Number two was the fact that it is truly plug and play and forget. The moment I install it in the bike, I don't ever want to see it again. Even when I'm trying to get the footage off it, I don't want to sit and take my seat off, get the SD card out, put it somewhere in my computer, get it. No, I don't want to do that. This comes with an app. It connects through Wi-Fi to my phone and I can get the footage off it that way. This is very good. This is exactly what I wanted, a true plug and play and forget system. The third feature that convinced me to go with this was the built-in GPS module. The GPS feature will overlay my speed on top of the footage, so if something happens, I will know exactly what speed I was traveling at. And secondly, it will keep track of everywhere that I've been riding that day. And obviously you can take that, you can put it into Google Maps, you can put it into the Garmin software, whatever navigation system that you use, you can overlay it on that and you can keep records of, great places that you've been to. The next feature was that both cameras film at full HD, 30 frames per second. 60 would have been much nicer, but the full HD part is what interested me the most. A lot of other systems that come with a front camera and a back camera, most of them don't come with the back camera, but the ones that do, the quality on that back camera is a lot worse than the quality on the front camera. It's not full HD. These ones, the quality is exactly the same on both of them. And from what I've seen online, it's not the same as a GoPro. Obviously, it's not even stabilized. But if something great happens on a ride and I'm not filming with anything else, I can definitely use the footage that comes off these. And the last feature is what INNOVV calls their parking mode. What this means is that obviously if your bike is parked outside, the camera is off, the system is off. But if somebody tampers with your motorcycle and they move it, the system will come back to life and it will start recording, and obviously you'll have evidence of that. So all in all, on paper, great system. Let's see what's in the box. Let's install it on the bike, and then I'm gonna do about a 2-3 day review of it. I wanna see what the quality is during the day, during bright sunlight, and obviously at night, because some of us ride at night as well. So let's get started. Get your motorbike news in a pleasant way. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Oh, now that is very nice. That's very Apple-ish. INNOVV, derived from innovate. Motorcycle technology with you in mind, blah blah blah. Very posh packaging, I have to say. Quite impressed by it. Alright, so you get a front camera, a back camera, the DVR system, the brain of it all, a power converter, a power unit. This obviously you connect to your battery, a GPS unit, a whole bunch of mounting kits, and a very cute little card reader over here. It's like a little shirt. It says INNOVV. Not going to be using that since we have the app. That's why we bought it. Alright, so the idea of it all is that obviously both of these cameras plug into this main DVR unit over here. This I'm going to put under my seat, and then this power unit is going to connect to my battery, and then it's going to power the whole system. So it's obviously going to plug into the DVR unit as well. The GPS unit has got its own little connector into this as well. So basically everything plugs in here. There are two very good things that you need to remember. It doesn't matter what you're mounting, what you're installing this on. This power converter and this GPS unit need to stay quite far away from this DVR unit, otherwise you're going to get interference. Just to be certain, I'm going to put them about 20 centimeters apart. That's the easy part done. Let's start the installation. Alright, I'm done tearing everything apart, disassembling everything, and I've laid out the whole camera system, all the different components, where they should actually be on the bike. Let me run you through that. Alright, the box, the DVR, has a perfect spot here. I'm going to mount it with some Velcro on top of the, I don't know what that is, something. So that's going to stay here. The first wire, one of the wires coming out of it, is going to go to the second component, and that's going to be this power converter over here. This one needs to stay, I said 10 inches, it might be 10 centimeters away from the DVR, but just to be sure, I've put it quite a large distance apart. This looks like is a heat sink over here, but I see this is waterproof and it's obviously a little bit of heat treated as well, so I don't think there's going to be a problem if I leave it here. If there is and the system doesn't work properly, then obviously I'll move it, but I'll need to put some Velcro tape over here. You've got the red and the black wire running out. These ones need to connect to your battery. The red cable obviously to the red terminal, the black one to the black terminal. And then the yellow one coming out of the power box, you need to connect to something that turns on when you turn the key on your bike. Now I've got the Hex EasyCam accessory manager here, so I'm going to connect it to that. But if you don't have that, then you just need to splice one of the wires from a signal light or from the brake light. And then the next cable that comes out of the DVR is your GPS cable. This is another one of the components that needs to stay quite far away from the DVR. And the perfect position for that I found to be underneath this little winglet over here. There's plenty of space at the bottom, so I'm just gonna stick it underneath there and run the cables through. Then obviously the two cameras that need to connect to the system, these connect straight to the DVR box. The brackets that come with the camera system are very good, and this one I'm going to mount right underneath here. I'll show you how the brackets work now. And then the front camera. For the front camera, I've actually got less options to mount it. This seems to be the perfect one so far. It's a tight squeeze in here. I don't know what the angle is going to be like, if it's going to hit this black thing. If it does, the other mounting point that I found on this bike specifically is going to be here. The bracket that comes with the bike fits perfectly here, but I'm not sure how the camera angle is going to be from the signal light, so we'll try out both of them. Alright, so this bracket system is very interesting. Seems to do the job very well in a whole bunch of different situations. You've got this 3M tape. Obviously unstick that, put this on the inside. This will create some sort of friction so that the camera doesn't move out, and it also will help with the vibrations. And then you've got this little rectangle connected with the screws, and then this one pivots. You can move this one 360 degrees. Now this one will also connect to one of these L brackets. So basically you've got a fully articulated bracket that you can put almost anywhere in your bike. Once you tighten everything down, the camera is definitely not going to move. So nice bit of engineering here. I like it. Alright, so let's connect everything together, make everything nice and neat, turn the system on and go take a ride. Alright, everything is connected now, all the cables are clean. Let me show you how I hooked everything up. The DVR is stuck here with some 3M tape. That's not moving absolutely anywhere. I like the fact that this is, it's obviously waterproof, but I like the fact that it's made out of aluminium. It's very, very sturdy. Well done on that. Next, the power box. This I also glued with some 3M tape over here. This is not moving absolutely anywhere. The front camera, I think this is the best place for it at the moment. It seems sturdy enough. We're gonna have to go test it out. If this is not a great spot for it, then we'll just move it in front there somewhere. The GPS unit is stuck very nicely up here. It's also stuck with that 3M tape. That is some lovely tape. Now, both the cable for the front camera and for the GPS, it runs down behind the fuel tank. It goes underneath the fuel tank, but unfortunately I wasn't able to run it through here because there's absolutely no more space. So I had to go around the tank, over the other side, run it through this side, and then back into the DVR over here. The back camera also seems to be greatly positioned here. It's again very sturdy. We're gonna have to take it out and take a look. The cable runs underneath the seat to the DVR over here. All right, so all that's left now is to put the bike back together. It's nighttime. After that, we're gonna go out and test out what the cameras look like at night. Tomorrow and the day after, we're gonna see how the whole system actually works, you know, during the day as well. Play around with all of its functions, see what it's all about. Pro tip over here, don't make my mistake, I made it for you. These little vibration pads, there are 3 or 4 included in the pack. Don't forget to put them in between the camera mount and the place you're mounting them on the bike. Very important, don't be like me. During the day, the quality of the camera seems to be fine. It's not very sharp, but at the same time you can make out all the details that you need. With a bit of post-production, this can be easily put into any sort of YouTube movie. For night shots, the camera seems to compensate for the lack of light, but it doesn't blow everything out of proportion. The light that the bike is shooting onto the road seems to be enough for it to make out any sort of detail that might be important. There is also a very nice piece of software called Dashcam Viewer. Import all your media into there and it will sort everything out. From here you can view your front camera and your back camera at the same time. It will also show your route on Google Maps and you can export that onto a separate track. The mobile app is available for both iOS and Android. It allows you to completely change any of the settings for the INNOVV system. You can also view any of the clips that are on the SD card. You can delete them or you can transfer them to your phone wirelessly. All in all, it's a good piece of software. Alright, so it's been almost 24 hours since I installed the INNOVV camera system on the bike. I have spent a lot of time today riding around, playing with it, learning the app, learning what the system can do. So it's conclusion time. Does the INNOVV K2 deliver on what it promises on paper? Yes and no. Let's run through a couple of points. Ease of installation, quite easy. This is not going to take you less than half an hour. It doesn't matter what you're installing it on. The average should be about an hour and a half. It's not difficult. It's just running all those cables and hiding them. The system itself is set up to be pretty easy to be installed. Video quality. As I said in the beginning, it's not a GoPro. I wasn't expecting it to be a GoPro. It's not bad as far as dashcam systems go. I'm happy with it, and you know what? I would rather have less than GoPro quality footage than have no footage at all. This thing films the whole time that I'm on the bike, so whatever happens, I'm 100% sure that I'm not gonna miss it. Quality, sturdiness, how well is the system built? By the looks of it, everything that needs to be sturdy is made out of metal. Both cameras have a metal shell, the DVR has a metal shell. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with this in the future. Shakiness. Do I wish it had built-in stabilization? Yes, of course I do. Does it? No, it doesn't. Saying that, you can judge the footage yourself. It looks fine to me. Wi-Fi connectivity and the app itself. This is where I have my major gripe with it. Does it connect with Wi-Fi? Yes. Does it do it properly? Yes. Can I change all my settings using the Wi-Fi? Yes. Do I need to remove my seat and play with the DVR to do anything? No. I can do everything that's needed with the phone. However, if I go for an hour ride and I come back home and I want to download all the clips that the system has filmed within that 1 hour, I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing that on Wi-Fi. One 3-minute video clip takes me 2 minutes to transfer to my phone. That's 3 minutes, 1 camera. So if I'm trying to transfer a 1 hour trip, that's 20 clips from the front camera, 20 clips from the back camera, that is 40 clips that I need to download to my phone. That's gonna take me 80 minutes, almost an hour and a half. I don't understand why it's so slow. It is connecting through Wi-Fi, there's no Bluetooth involved. Wi-Fi is a very fast protocol. It should download all my clips a lot faster to my phone. So realistically speaking, I'm not gonna spend an hour and a half to download an hour of clips to my phone. I'm just gonna take the seat out, get the SD card out of the DVR, put it in my laptop, and Bob's your uncle. Plus your bike has to be on, so nobody's gonna keep their bike on for an hour and a half to transfer an hour worth of video. So maybe this can be fixed through a firmware update. You have the ability to do that, to update the system. I'm not sure about that. As it stands now, that is my only gripe at the moment. Would I recommend the system? Of course, yes. It is easy to install, it is waterproof, it is full HD, and for better or for worse, it does have Wi-Fi connectivity to my phone. At the end of the day, it ticks all the important boxes. Link in the description below where to find it. If you enjoyed this kind of content, consider subscribing to us, and if you specifically enjoyed this video, maybe smash that like button. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next time.